Ipsita Maitra. I'm from Kolkata, India.
Sensing her day, though her mind was torn apart. Through the storm and through the sorrow, but the iron in her heart. Let no chain or cruel whisper keep her spirit cast away. For the woman who was broken rose again.
I never really liked what I was studying. I did it because I thought there was a lot of money. I have been in Vietnam for about 7 years now, and I work for a private school here in Hanoi, and I teach English.
Good evening, everyone. This is Akulina. You are watching Coffee with Lina podcast. Today, my friend Ipsita Moitro is with me. Ipsita, can you please introduce yourself?
Hello, everyone. I'm Ipsita Maitra. I'm from Kolkata, India. I have been in Vietnam for about 7 years now, and I work for a private school here in Hanoi, and I teach English.
Wow, great. Happy to hear this. So, how are you doing these days?
Well, life's busy, but it's
Yes,
good.
busy and enjoying together,
Yeah.
right? Yes. So, my first question is to you. Let's go back a little bit about your past. After graduation in Kolkata, life is not always clear for many of us. What was your phase back then, and how did platforms like Internshala shape your early journey?
So basically, I completed my bachelor's in accountancy and finance. I've got an honors in accountancy and finance, but I never really liked what I was studying. I did it because I thought there was a lot of money, but while I was doing it, I thought of it a lot of times to just drop out, but I didn't drop out, and I finished my graduation. But after that, I was very lost because I didn't know what I wanted to do. I really wanted to do journalism because I was already, like you mentioned, internshala. So after I completed high school, I got a job because I used to sing at that time. So I had a good voice. I um, I was looking through Internshala one day. The company that I used to work for was Zonolith Technologies. So I was looking through Internshala, and I saw that they are hiring. It was an internship. It was not a job. It was an internship for 6 months, and they were hiring voice actors,
Wow.
radio news reporters. So I applied, and I had to do an audition, and after that I got selected, and so I started that. But after 6 months, they actually decided to rehire me as an employee of the company. So I continued being a radio news reporter for about a year or two. And while I was doing that, they also gave me some other work like script editing. And I also had my own show at a point of time, like a love show.
Ipshita, I have been curious to know about Internshala because when everybody we after graduation we are sometimes lost, right? What to do after graduation? We are ready theoretically, but not for the real world. So, what about Internshala?
Internshala is basically a platform where, well, I got something. I got an internship through Internshala almost 10 years ago. So I don't know how it works today, but at that time, if you were looking for an internship, because after high school we don't really get a job while we are in university. So while we are in university, to have something part time to at least earn some kind of money, Internshala was a very good platform for that because even my brother and I both did internships on Internshala from Internshala. So
Wow.
it's a very good platform. I think because that's what I did when I was in university. I used to
Yes.
do internships.
What I find really interesting about your journey is that you didn't stick to just one path. You explored voice acting, script editing, and got rejected from Symbiosis. At that time, did it feel confusing or exciting?
Well, to be very honest, after graduating, I was very lost. I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I wanted to do journalism. That's why I went to Pune, and my father really supported me a lot. Both of my parents supported me a lot, and I went to Pune. I got into I got in through the first round, but the interview round, I was rejected in the interview round. So but after that, like, of course, I came back. It was very disheartening because I was really looking forward to that. But to be very honest, that was like literally one university that I applied to. So I was putting all my ducks in one row. So, like, so, yeah. But after I came back from Pune, I was very disheartened. I didn't know what I wanted to do. All my other friends were either getting into masters or getting a job, and I didn't even know what I wanted to do. I didn't get a job. I didn't want to study. But then, like I said, I was doing voice acting and stuff. So I was still doing voice acting. That was still my part-time job, but I wasn't earning a lot of money, and that couldn't be a full-time job. So and I really didn't want to be in Kolkata at the moment, but I didn't know what job I could get out of Kolkata in India. So I was looking online, and I came across this thing called teaching English as a foreign language. And I saw that I did see that Indians don't have a lot of scope in teaching English as a foreign language because we are not considered native speakers.
Native speaker.
We are non-native speakers. So especially in a Southeast Asian
In 2019, a single girl traveled 150 kilometers away from Hanoi to teach. What was going on in your mind at that time?
So basically, like I said, I did my graduation and I was very lost. I didn't know what I wanted to do. All my friends were either getting a master's or getting a job, and I didn't even know what I wanted to study. Really wanted to leave India. So I came across this whole TEFL thing, teaching English as a foreign language, and I enrolled in a course. I did see that there's not a lot of scope for Indians abroad because we are non-native speakers and we are brown, and there are so many, I'm sorry to say, but there are so many white people here, so it's very hard for hard for us to get an English, like a job as an English teacher. So but then when I enrolled in the course, and I met my mentor. Her name is Aditi Ghosh, and she really like changed my thinking a lot in a lot of ways, because she worked and stayed abroad for many years, and she went to a lot of places, and she said that of course it's hard, but it's nothing impossible. And she believed in me, and she said that I can do it, and if she could do it, she thinks I can do it too. So that gave me a lot of motivation, and I think I finished the course and I started applying. Well, to be very honest, I didn't really apply. I was applying to a lot of places, but then I came across this Facebook group all of a sudden one day. I don't know how I came across the group, but then I think I was looking for jobs and stuff. So anyway, I came across this group, and they were hiring in Vietnam. And to be very honest, I didn't even have a lot of idea about Vietnam at that time. So, but then it was a way out of India.
The opportunity.
It was a way out of India. So I applied, and within a week, I got a call back, and I had to move within a week. And it was not in Hanoi, so it was in Ho Chi Minh City. It was 150 kilometers southwest of Ho Chi Minh. It was a very small province called Dong Thap province.
Really inspiring. Sometimes our uncertain phases of our life teaches the best life lesson. What I get from you, because after graduation, we all, even me too, I was juggling. My father was telling, okay, you go for the masters, and I was into job. I tried to get a job. I got a job from ICICI Bank, but my father didn't allow me to do that. But it's a big confusion, doing masters or getting the job. Which one is more better?
Yeah.
So you overcame your fear.
Yeah.
First thing is that. And I don't know, how did you take the decision? It's a great jump, great leap.
I was very scared. But I had that, like, I really wanted to leave. Nothing in my life was going well at that time. So I was like, I just need to leave this place and I need to leave everybody right now. I need to be alone for some time. Maybe then I can get myself back.
Yes, I got it. Your first job in Dongthap province, a completely new place, new culture. What was the experience really like? Was it exciting or overwhelming?
It was a cultural shock when I first came to Vietnam. I landed and nothing was, because I landed in Ho Chi Minh. Hanoi is very similar. Hanoi makes me feel like I'm home. I landed there and I genuinely felt like I was a complete foreigner in a completely foreign land. And so I went to I think the province that I was staying at, I was probably the only foreigner in that province.
It is scary.
It was scary. It was scary, especially because I was 21 years old, and the place that I come from, we don't do this when we are 21 years old. We go abroad to study, but we don't go abroad for a job at 21. We go to a college in the
Yes,
UK
yes.
or somewhere, but we don't go out for a job. But I did that, and I I had to leave that job within like a month. The food, oh, that was the biggest cultural shock. I couldn't have any food there. I lost almost 10 kgs in my first 6 months of Vietnam. But then that first month was very hard because
Situation.
it was a horrible situation. I decided to make the move to Hanoi the day I saw the snake. So my bathroom was outside. So I used the bathroom and I just opened the door and I was getting out and I saw there was a snake standing there. And I was like, oh my God, I can't do this anymore. That day I decided, okay, I was alive. The snake didn't do anything to me. But that day I decided I'm not living here anymore. I was very lucky. I looked on Facebook again. Facebook is very good for Vietnam, especially Vietnam jobs and everything. I came across this lady who had a volunteering center. The name of the center is Bamboo Volunteering Center. It's in Ba Dinh, Hanoi. And she agreed to bring me, like she agreed to book my tickets because I didn't have a bank account. I didn't have money at that time. So I couldn't have booked my flights. So I told her, please book my flights now. The moment I land there, the moment you see me, you're going to get the money. So I came across this lady who was so nice to me. She decided to trust me and take my word for it. And she booked my flights and I landed in Hanoi. And the moment I landed in Hanoi, I knew this was where I was supposed to be. This was where I was supposed to be. It felt like Hanoi felt like home. But the way I felt when I landed in Hanoi made me feel like, okay, this is
home.
yeah, you know, and now I'm on the right path. Anyway, I still was not on the right path.
Yes, I got it. Okay, then COVID came. Now you changed multiple jobs, IELTS, many kind of online teaching and everything. Then last you got the chance in Greenfield School in Eco Park, right? So my question is, what do you teach there, and what is the right time for applying a job if anybody is interested to join a private school like you in Vietnam?
So basically, I got this job in 2023. I got this job, a friend of mine referred me actually, and he got the job first, and they were looking for English teachers. Oh, I teach ESL. ESL is English as a second language. And this is not very, this doesn't happen in India at all. So if I had to go back to India and if I want to teach ESL there, I probably can never do that, because in India I would need a bachelor's of education, a B.Ed and an M.Ed and etc. etc. But at that time I didn't need anything. I only needed a TEFL, and I had that TEFL. I had a TEFL and I had a TESOL, and yeah. So I came here. I had a lot of jobs in between there. Then I was jobless for a very long time because it was COVID. I did voice acting too here just to support myself for some time. And I even walked dogs and cats because I didn't have anything else to do. I didn't know what to
survive alone here.
So, and I was alone here completely. My parents asked me to go back a lot of times, but I was very stubborn and I didn't go back. My father even threatened me that he's going to talk to the embassy and he's going to do this, he's going to do that. I was like, no, I am not going back. Do whatever you want, because I knew the moment I go back, I'm not going to be able to get out anymore. And it's COVID. So I didn't want to be stuck in India again. Anyway, so I got this job in 2023. And since then, my life changed. And if you want to get an ESL job, if anybody wants to get an ESL job in Vietnam, you would need a TEFL. So now,
So, can you tell me what kind of certification are required to get a job?
so nowadays, when I first came to Vietnam, things were very easy. We didn't need so many qualifications and stuff, but now things are getting very hard. Like, things are getting harder in the sense, like, work permit in TRC, like the visa situation is getting a little bit more complicated. And at that time, we didn't need a lot of things to get a residence card here, temporary residence card. But now, to get a work permit, you need a bachelor's degree. And to teach English, you would need a TEFL, which is a teaching English as a foreign language, or a CELTA. A CELTA would be very good.
120 hours.
CELTA 120 hours or CELTA? I think I had CELTA 160 hours.
160.
But CELTA is the Cambridge teaching qualification, and it's for adults. I am not teaching adults right now. I used to teach adults at a point of time, but currently I'm teaching primary. And if anybody wants to do this, I think the first thing that you would need is a TEFL, TESOL, or a CELTA, something around that. And right now, you should also have, if you want to work in international schools, you need to have a PGCE. If you don't want to work in an international school, you don't need a PGCE. But you need a master's. You need a bachelor's,
Post-graduation.
and TEFL, and etc. The teaching certification is very important. And because we are non-native speakers, we need a C1, as in a proficiency certificate. So it can be an IELTS, it can be EF
C1 or C2?
C1. C1 is okay. I've got a C2, but C1 is okay. It can be an IELTS, it can be EF it can be TOEFL, and it can be a lot. It just has to be a proficiency certificate, which proves that you are a native level speaker.
You can teach the students who at the international level.
Yeah, but you have to prove your English proficiency first, and especially because we are Indians, we are non-native speakers. So we need to prove that we are native level speakers. That's where the proficiency certificate.
To teach.
Yeah, proficiency certificate, eligible to teach English. So that's why I had to do that, and you would have to do that too if you want to come here. I am currently working in a semi-international school, not an
bilingual, right?
Yeah.
From 2019 to 2023, it has been a roller coaster. What are the 3 most important lessons you would share?
3 most important lessons.
Very brief.
Okay, I would definitely say don't lose hope, because there might be moments where you feel like nothing is working out, and what am I doing in an international setting like this where nobody respects me? Personally, everything is good. Personally, I love living in Vietnam. It's the best place to live. I say that to everybody. But professionally, being an Indian and being a girl, being a woman, whatever, it's quite hard. So just don't lose hope. Don't give up hope.
Believe in yourself.
Believe in yourself, yeah.
Where there is a will, there is a way.
Absolutely.
She has proved that. So rapid fire round, very brief. Saving money or spending on experience?
Spending on experience.
Okay. WhatsApp University or real news?
Real news.
Parents' advice or Google search?
Google search.
Stability or passion? Which one wins today?
Passion.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Maybe you have heard the story. She struggled a lot. But if you have hope on you, if you believe in yourself, then you can do anything, whatever you want. But one more thing, where there is a will, there is a way. Absolutely. She has proved that. Challenges will come, obstacles will come, but you are holding the steering of your own car. That's important. Back to you. If you like our conversation, what she has shared, maybe definitely some people are trying hard to get into teaching job in Vietnam. Yes, the Facebook groups are helping, but the first thing, you have to confront the situation, whatever you will do and whatever you have already, and you have to get the certification and the eligibility, lot of things are there, criteria are there. So think about that. Back to you. Thank you.
And